Hello Reformers and welcome to a special feature of Underworld Ascendant. This is an RPG from the developer team behind Bioshock Infinite, Deus Ex, System Shock, Thief and Ultima Underworld. If you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description, and when the game launches on November 15th, there is a 15% off discount and some bonus items. This video is kindly sponsored by the developers. Your sleep has been troubled for days. Every night you awake, drenched in sweat, a voice echoing in your head. Every night it becomes louder, until one night the voice speaks and you awaken somewhere else. Alright, so welcome to Underworld Ascendant. We are going to be following Kybyrus all the way over to the portal
Abyss
area.
Is a prison for the beast Typhon. Typhon once slumbered in the depths of this place, but has now awoken. As he rises, the dead follow, infused with his power. Each living thing that falls fuels his strength.
Where is my latest adversary? You. Zeus could not stop me. How will you fare?
The first of the levels is Pluto's Gate.
You will die here. Unloved. Unremembered.
Now do bear in mind that this is a true RPG in the greatest sense.
Ahead. Your first task is simple. Escape.
Well, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Now, as I was saying, this is very true RPG. If you take a quick look here, I'm going to just go into my skills. Yeah, there's a lot of skills to go for here, and you can mix and match them however you like. You can basically go anything. You don't have to be a 2D fighter or anything like that. You don't have to only use magic or stealth. You can do all three if you so desire. And, well, we are, in this particular video, going to be concentrating on the fighter, because I personally feel like that is probably going to be the thing that I'm going to enjoy the most, because there's this really, really cool ability that allows you to hurl small objects with inhuman speed and force. And that is obviously going to be extremely fun to watch enemies flail about as you hit them with all kinds of manners of objects and everything. Anyway, we need to find Reshirak to be able to learn new skills, and Memora is basically what is known as skill points. And these Memora we will gain from doing various feats in the game.
The wood is strong, hardy. In time you could beat it down, or simply apply fire.
Ah, yes, or simply apply fire. So I'm going to need to find out some way to get fire over there. So, well, I can't actually lift this up, so I guess we're going to have to do a little bit of testing out. And there it goes. The door is no more. And I'm gonna rhyme, apparently. Anyway, we're gonna try and get through here as quickly as possible. Oh, hello there. Exploding basket, I guess it's called. Anyway, we're gonna wait until the fire lapses, and then I will be able to get through the doorway. Well, with the fire out, I should be able to make my way through. Now, bear in mind that if you don't want to use fire, or if you don't come up with that solution yourself, that's the cool thing about this game. There are many, many different solutions to the same problem, and it obviously depends on the player what you're gonna decide to do. And yeah, in my previous playthrough of this, actually, I did not use fire, and instead I just punched the door. I just punched the door down, and you can do that. You can do that. It is a little bit more ineffective, though, or should I say a lot more ineffective.
Spells allow the alteration of physical properties, physics, enemies' minds, and more. Each wand is branded with a single spell.
Yeah, so as you can see, we've now just picked up a wand that can manipulate wooden objects and surfaces. So if I use it against this door, for example, we will eventually be able to take out basically all of the boards and everything, and we will then have a free way to go. Or, as the case may be, you don't have to do that. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. It's obviously player choice, which is very, very emphasized in this game, and instead of doing that, I use my magic to pull down one of the little baskets once again, and then I put it in the fire here and put it up against the door, and we're done. So we can now move onward. I might burn myself a little bit on the way through, though.
Your magical reserves are replenished by seeking out mana. Fragments of mana float invisibly throughout the Stygian Abyss. Only one with a careful ear or special sight can find them. I seek not to teach you, but to make you think.
Ah, now what do we have here? Oh yes, we have a small puzzle. Now, the game is littered a little bit more with puzzles than maybe I'd like, because obviously I'm not very good at puzzles, shall we say. But this is one that I can definitely see myself doing, because of course it's kind of easy. So we're just gonna we're just gonna fail at that. Apparently, we're just gonna fail at that, and then we're gonna try again with a plate this time. That might actually make sense. There we go. And that has opened this little gate over here. Now we do need to find the key for this door, I believe.
The silver sapling.
Before danger, plant the seed. When you fall, it will restore you.
Alright, so that is the game's way of saying, hey, you can create your own checkpoints. And that obviously goes into the whole, you know, your own experience is basically authored by yourself. So you can decide exactly when you want to use a checkpoint, or whether you'd prefer to, you know, just continue onward without laying one down. But I'd obviously recommend laying it down, but for the moment we're gonna sneak by this Revenant here, because let me just tell you, these guys are really good when it comes to using their bows. Ah, and here is one checkpoint now, so I can place one down right there.
Perception is based on light and affected by sound. The elements have use. Water quenches fire.
Yes, that is very true, and in this game you can use water arrows to quench the fire of these things over here. So if I, for example, were to take these water arrows and shoot them over here, I'd be able to make some kind of darkness path for myself. Now bear in mind that these revenants, they're kind of difficult to deal with as it is, so I might just try and run a little bit over here and hopefully not get shot in the process. There we go. Okay, it seems like I'm blocking both of them, which is quite nice from being able to see me. And we're gonna just shoot this one as well. There we go. And can I take out that fire over there? I hope so. Yeah, I can. There we go. Okay, so we are creating a path of darkness. That guy can't see me right now, I don't think. It doesn't look like he can see me. Bear in mind that if you do have skill points and spec them into stealth, you gain a little eye on your screen that will let you know whether you are being seen or not. And there we go. I have been seen. So I am going to run the rest of the way there. That was kind of close, but you can see I did take quite a bit of damage.
Memora, a means to record memories. They are currency to the Saurians. In this deadly environment, unique survival skills have great value. Perform a feat, and they will trade its memory for fresh skills.
Alright, so the narrator was once again letting us know that performing feats by defeating enemies, by getting past traps, by killing enemies with environmental traps as well will gain you much more Memora than you would otherwise have gotten for not having that much versatility. And here we have our first sword. Oh yes, a pristine rusty short sword. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, so let me just go into my inventory real fast because I would very much like to put that on somewhere a little bit easier to use. And we're just going to transfer these mineral ores over into my backpack for the moment. Now do bear in mind that I actually do have a little bit of armor, and for the most part, from what I've found so far, the loot is a little bit random, because my previous little run through here, I did not get any of these things. I didn't get this slashing protection. I did get the Silver Avatar's ring, which, as you can see, is a precious ring that emits a faint glow when foes lurk close. So that's obviously very useful if you are in pitch black darkness and you don't exactly know where you're going and you don't want to use your glowing crystal. Because if you use the glowing crystal, it can potentially cause you to, well, show yourself much more than you would otherwise want to in a stealthy environment. Is this guy already dead? That would be kind of amusing. Is he alive? I don't think he... Well, shall we say, is he undead? It seems like he's dead. That is hilarious. Okay, so the last time I played through this particular area here, this guy was alive and fully prepared to, well, I was going to say eat my face off, but he doesn't really have a face to do that. So, well, I guess kill me. He was going to try and kill me in some way. But I'm going to use his very helpful corpse to open up this gate and proceed onward. I thought he was going to kill us for a second there. That's why they gave us a sword, you know? Oh, well, never mind. I guess the next thing I can do is just move on. And we now have a flaming orb wand, which is obviously going to be very useful for lighting things on fire, and, you know, completing a couple of other puzzles as well. And, as you may notice here, cheese cures poison and hunger, and not all the food you'll find here is safe to eat. Yes, I have just picked up some mystery meat. I think we all know what that is. We probably do not want to eat it right now. It's probably going to cause some kind of poisonous effect on us, but we do have some cheese, so if we do want to eat it, then that would probably be the best time.
All you've learned about light and darkness, magic, and the environment.
And I think we're going to probably see our first combat coming up. Or perhaps not, because, well, that's the whole thing about this game. Player choice is a big deal, and being able to avoid conflict entirely is a very, very big option for you, because, well, you can do that, or you can try and set up a trap of some kind, and then lure the enemy into it. I know that there are some traps later on that are very, very gruesome indeed. They're very effective. Alright, so it looks like we've got our first combat encounter here. I'm trying to eliminate the archer as quickly as I can because I really don't want to fight... Well, it seems like that's too late. I really don't want to fight 3 of them at once, but it seems like that's what's going on. So let's see if we can do okay here. I'd like to try and finish off the archer if at all possible. Bear in mind that I do have a parry mechanic as well, so if I need to, I can use a parry, and I'm going to need to be very cautious and use these pillars to my advantage because, well, the archer is trying to narrow down his sight on me. Bear in mind that once I do get skill points, I will be able to increase the speed of my melee attacks, but unfortunately at the moment, I don't have that luxury. Ooh, okay, so wow, that was really, really close. I almost died, and I might still end up dying right here. So what I'm going to need to do is move this guy onto the... Okay, I'm almost dead. Very, very close to dying. I think I'm probably going to die, but I do have a checkpoint really close to here, so that's okay. It's not too bad. And if I can make it... Yeah, there we go. Alright, I made it through the gate.
Complete the Saurian's challenge.
Alright, so, well, as you can see right here, they do give you a little bit of a summary as to what you actually did in the game, as well as give you some screenshots of your most memorable moments. They also do allow you to record up to 15 seconds of gameplay and then take from that what you will. obviously that is kind of a cool thing for social media and things like that. Anyway, you can see here my combat rating was pretty awful. Magic didn't really use that much. Stealth, not too bad, but my environment, I used that to almost its fullest extent. I got +4 for that. And you can see I actually did die once, but well, let's just move on from that, shall we? Alright, so it looks like we have arrived in the skill shrine, and this will allow me to spend a couple of points. So you can see here I have 5 skill points right now. I'm going to be speccing into fighter, and I have 3 points to spend. I don't exactly know what I'm going to go for. I think I might want to go Blade Master, deliver a deft slash with swords. That sounds pretty fun, but Fleet Feet also sounds great because increasing sprinting speed and leaping distance, that's really fantastic for completing some platforming puzzles and things. So I think I'm going to go for that actually. Alright, so I've just placed down my little checkpoint here, and you can see that there are all kinds of traps and various things to do in this particular biome, and we're going to try and get to the next level. Now bear in mind that these traps can be manipulated in some way. For example, this lever is attached to this trap, so if I were to use that, it would stop the trap from moving. But obviously, at the moment, I think I can avoid it pretty easily, so I don't really want to do that, just in case someone comes up from behind. Alright, so we actually did just pick up a couple of runes, and now these runes, the game has a system which allows you to create your own spells. So you can discover new spells by using different rune combinations. Ah, we have some throwing knives here, and that's exactly the reason why I'd like that Herculean strength right now. That would be pretty amazing to use. Otherwise, we have a whole bunch of different food here. As you saw, maybe in the fighter tree, you can take a skill that will reward you or regain your health when you eat things. And it would have been really nice to get that, but I chose the other thing. I mean, it's obviously all about player choice, and well, I'm pretty happy with what we have right now. Anyway, there is a very scary thing over there. Well, that was very close. I just jumped onto this little platform here, and I have a headless, wow, very headless skeleton who is being killed by his friend from behind. That's great. That's nice. Thanks very much for your assistance. And hopefully I'll be able to survive this encounter. Hopefully we'll get a better combat rating. Now do bear in mind that the Saurians, who is the people that are currently setting this challenge for me right here, they don't care how you complete it. They more care what you're gonna do to be able to complete it. So gaining more Memora or skill points in the process is much more important to them than the end result. So that's going to be quite interesting to find out. And what's this? Ooh, very nice. Alright, so here we are. We're gonna try and kill this guy once again. And, well, hopefully I will not take too much damage. Oh, that guy's dead, I think. Or he fell over. Yeah, I think he's dead. That's good. Okay, so do bear in mind that there are not only light attacks, there are heavy attacks as well, which will do increased damage, of course. And they will have a chance of knockdown too, which is very nice indeed to see. Alright, let me, I guess I'll get the throwing knives. Okay, so now we're going to have to... Wait a minute. Was that the right lever? Ow. That was quite some spell to use against us right away. Whoa, okay. Did it just unequip my throwing weapon? Yes, it did. And it took off all my stuff. It took off a lot of my gear right there. Okay, well, let's just shoot it with my bow. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe a little bit better. Like, there we go. There we go, okay. It was actually a lot easier than it looks, wasn't it? Anyway, there we go. That was a pretty pretty creepy enemy, and kind of disruptive as well, but obviously not too bad. And you can see that I now have to progress through these traps. But for now, that will be the end of this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and bear in mind that there is a link in the description, and you can check out the game, which will be 15% off on November 15th. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think it's a very fun game to play. Anyway, I will see you next time.